Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to stitch the Sunny Mandala embroidery pattern. So here is the pattern with all of the information on what to do, and in your zine you've got the stitch guide of how to make these stitches, but I'm going to show you some examples of how I'm doing it. And so here is a finished, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Here's a finished one. So if you're looking at your pattern, you're looking at this. Right here, oops, let me get on camera. Right here, this part, on mine I did the satin stitch. You don't have to do that. I just wanted to try it and see how it looks. So when I do the one today, I won't do the satin stitch. I'll just do the back stitch on that. Okay, totally up to you though. You could satin stitch in the middle here where it's empty if you wanted to, or you know where I've got all these lines, or right here you could satin stitch these instead. It's really up to you. Sorry, right here. It's hard to see if it's on camera sometimes. Anyway, so it's totally up to you. You can be as creative and flexible as you want with this. Now if you look here, you can see I went from the dark orange all the way out. So I went from, let's see, I went from darkest to lightest. So here's the thread here. So I went from darkest to lightest. And then on this one, I used, there's two different variegateds. So you might get this one, or you might get this one. It just depends. So this one is the one I used on here, but today I'll be using this one. So you'll see examples of both. Okay, so it's all about how you want it to look. So if you wanted to, you could start orange on the outside and move in to the yellow. It's totally up to you. Or you could just alternate. Maybe you want to do orange, yellow, orange, yellow. It's just, you know, be as creative as you want with it, or you can copy my suggestions. It's up to you. All right, so I'm going to shift this over. All right, I have already traced the design onto the fabric and put it in the hoop. So if you notice, the hoop is really tight. Like you can bounce off of it. It's a trampoline. So you want it really tight like that. So it doesn't matter, like you can see on the edge here, like I didn't iron this beforehand, because you're gonna pull it so tight in here, it doesn't matter, all right? Now, other than the satin stitch, I believe. Yeah, other than the satin stitch, you're gonna be using 3 strands of the 6 strands. So I always start in the middle and then stitch out from there. You don't have to. You can start on the outside and stitch in. It's up to you, but I just prefer that way. So I am going to split the thread to 3 strands. I just kind of unroll it. All right, put that one to the side in case I need it. So I'm going to use this on this line here, and this line here, and all these little lines in the middle. And then I'm also going to use it on these outer ones right here. So basically this whole middle flower section is going to be this darker orange. All right, so I'm going to put a knot at the end. And I'm going to go ahead and trim that tail. Oops. Doesn't want to trim. Might be time to sharpen those scissors. Okay. So we're going to be doing the back stitch. All right, that was my just get started stitch, but now I'm actually doing the back stitch. So when you get a curve, you want to have smaller stitches in order to achieve that curve. All right, I'm going to hold it up higher so you can see. Oops. So I'm going into the back of the previous stitch. Okay. So a little bit, I'm gonna try to add a little bit more light. I mean, I've got good sunlight, but from the back here, it's a little dark. Maybe that will help. I'm not sure, sorry. Just trying to make sure you get a good picture. All right, I like the back stitch a lot because it's really versatile and it's really easy. Okay, so now I'm going to do the lines before I do the next circle. You can see I'm just doing it as one single stitch. I like the look of it when you do it like that. Oops. Oh, I guess that was helping. I just kept hitting it. Oh, I don't want it. All right. Stitching is a nice, relaxing project, especially if you can, you know, listen to some music or an audiobook or enjoy a nice cup of tea. I find it helps relieve anxiety, stress. Most handwork does, though. I mean, you're having a really bad day. Needle felting is great. All right, we're almost done with these stitches. All right, so now we've got the center part done, so I'm going to do the outer circle here, also using the back stitch. So we'll see, where did I leave? I left off right there. All right. The center flower reminds me a little bit of a daffodil. Ooh, things are falling down. Okay, almost done with the circle. And when you finish the circle, you could continue with this orange to the flowers, which is what I plan to do, or you could switch colors at this point. Up to you. But I do know I am out of thread. You can see the cool design there is on the back. So I'm just going to go under those threads to make my knot. I like to knot it a couple of times just to make sure it's really secure. And then I'm going to cut off that tail so it doesn't get all tangled up, and rethread my needle with more of the orange. Okay, re-knot that end. And trim that tail. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do these lines. Now, these lines I also just use one long stitch. I just like that effect. So I'm going to go to the top of that point, which is kind of a pain to get to, but all right, I'm going to hold that up so you can see I'm at the top of that flower petal point. And I'm going to go all the way down to make that first line there. Okay. And I'm going right into that stitch. Whoops, knock the lid out, sorry about that. Oh, good grief. All right. It's one of those touch things. So if I accidentally touch it, it goes out. Okay, so just like that. Then you can see the back. All right, and because the stitches are close enough together, I'm not gonna tie off after each section. Okay, just keep going round and round. There we go. Okay, somehow it looks like I messed up with this one, but that's okay. I'll just go with it. So I am out of thread, flip that over.